going to talk about chord inversions, and a little background. You need to understand what it means when I would say 1, 3, 5. So with your right hand, your number 1 is your thumb, your middle finger is your number 3, and your pinky is number 5. Doesn't always have to be that, but that's just where they end up when you play a C chord like this. 1 is my thumb, 3 is my middle finger, and 5 is my pinky. So that's a 1, 3, 5 chord. So this is a C chord, and then we could actually move up 1 on each note, and that's a D minor chord. So but we're going to stick with the C chord. So C chord. Now if we want to invert that, so an inversion, you take your number 1 or your thumb and you move it down 2 notes to the G, and then your middle finger or your number 3 goes on the C, and then your pinky or your number 5 goes on the E. So it looks like that. So here is a traditional chord, traditional C chord. Here's an inverted C chord. Here's a inverted C chord as well. That is all still a C chord. So we can do that with a D minor. See, I'm going to skip 2. Okay, so first, see I'm going to go down here to this G. So and you see there's 2 notes for the inversion. The inversion has 2 notes between it. So you notice the traditional chord, they all have 1 space between them, but the inversion has 2 notes. And then you could do the second inversion. Still, 2 notes are still there. So that's a D minor. So those are the inversions of the D minor. So why would you want to do an inversion? Well, sometimes you need to go from one chord to the next when you're playing, and a popular chord progression is 1, 4, 5. So a chord would be C, F, G. So, but you saw how far I had to move my hands from the C to the F to the G. So an inversion would be C, F, G. See, I'm using very little movement on my hand, so it also sounds a little different, even though they're all the same notes. But the reason you do that is to make it easier on yourself when you're playing. You don't have to move your hands all over the keyboard. You can keep your eyes on the music. You don't have to look up and look down and look up and look down. But melodically, like I said, it sounds a little different. So why would you use an inversion? I'm going to use this good example of a chord that I like to do. So this is non-inverted. This is an F, a G, and an A minor. Now if I invert it, it sounds like this. It sounds a little different, even though it's all the same notes, but it just sounds more exciting. So we can do. So it sounds a lot more exciting than just. So that's why you would use an inversion. It actually helps you also when you're putting chords together. Sometimes you want them really spread apart like this, but sometimes that's too much. Like someone can't sing along to that, so that's why you do this. So it's the same chord progression, but you're moving at very small increments, so it's easier to sing along to. So, all right. I also I also want to talk about sevenths, because I mentioned that in my post. So a seventh is this, or this. So that is the inversion of the seventh. So you're playing the C chord, and then so 1, 3, 5, and then you're adding the seventh, or you can come down here for the inversion. See, it's got a really cool sound to it. As far as fingering, it would be 1, and then your 2 is on the 3, and your 3 is on the 5, and then your 5 is on the 7. So it's just got a very exciting feel. So I think that's about it for now. Let me I'll show you a little snippet of something that I like. A really fun progression that I came up with a couple weeks ago. I'm sure other people have come up with it, but I like it. It's a D major, and then an A inversion. And I'll do this in one hand so it's a little more easy to see. And then a C, and then a B minor. So that goes D major. So if I wasn't able to do the inversion, I'd have to go up here. And then B minor would be, oh, excuse me, it's B. Actually, I think it's, so. So anyway, so what I'm doing with the inversion is I'm changing it from here to here to here to here. So give me a second, I'll check out and see what that. I think it's a B minor. Oh, it's a B diminished. There's B minor. So that's B minor. Interesting. Okay. So I'm using a B diminished because that would be. Oh, but it's calling it a G, which it is a G. So D, A, C. See, it's another inversion. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, we all learned something. This is actually a cool little program. I like it because if you look in the middle of the piano when you play something, it tries to guess what you're playing. So watch. So I'm going to play. That's an F. And that's an F. So it's showing you right there that both of those are Fs. It's just one's an inversion of the original. All right. I hope that really helps. I think it should. So, hope you guys are having a great evening, and thank you for watching. Have a great one. Bye-bye.